The first class action lawsuit has been filed against Carnival in the wake of its problems last week with the ship Triumph, on which more than 3,000 passengers were trapped. Michael Winkleman is the man at the centre of the lawsuit, and he joins us now from Miami. Welcome to CNBC. What are you alleging that Carnival did wrong?
Well, there's a lot of things they did wrong. First, thanks for having me. Essentially, they were negligent and/or recklessly negligent in deciding to take this vessel out to sea when there were numerous reports of prior problems with the same ship. And then to compound the error, when the crisis happened, instead of just turning around and going back to Mexico, they dragged these 3,000 passengers across the Gulf of Mexico, subjecting them to these awful conditions.
The problem that you have you not, is that when people purchase a Carnival ticket, they sign away their rights to class action lawsuits. This has presumably no real basis in law. It's a flyer, isn't it?
No, it certainly isn't a flyer. And what Carnival would like to have is a bulletproof contract, but fortunately U.S. law provides a way to invalidate that contract with a federal statute called 46 U.S.C. 30509, and it's our hope that the federal district court judge in Miami, Florida, will invalidate those provisions.
Yeah, I understand it's your job to get the class action suits going, but your own community is divided on this. Attorney Jim Walker, who specializes in representing cruise ship passengers, he says that the compensation offer is probably about what Triumph passengers would likely to win in court anyway, so why bother going through the process?
Well, look, some lawyers take tough cases, some lawyers don't. We obviously have a different opinion than that other lawyer, and we think that the passengers are certainly entitled to a heck of a lot more than the $500 that's being offered by Carnival. And at this point, I don't know whether that $500 is no strings attached or whether it comes with a release, but I'm looking forward for Carnival to come out and start having a conversation regarding their misconduct.
And I should point out that this show has again reached out to Carnival this morning, which has again said to us that they don't comment on pending legislation. Let me ask you specifically then about taking the offer that is on the table from Carnival, because earlier one of your attorneys was suggesting that people should take it because there were no strings attached and they could still sue potentially through your suit later on. Is that where you are?
That's exactly right. If there's no strings attached, then of course they should take the money. If there are strings attached, that string would be a release, which means they couldn't have any other lawsuit, Simon. So it depends on the circumstances. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. We're out of time, but just briefly now, what is the timetable for you?
Well, federal court lawsuits generally go quicker than state court lawsuits, but I would guess we'll have a decision regarding class status within the next 6 months to a year. But stay tuned.
Okay, Mr. Winkleman, thank you for joining us. Mike Winkleman there, who's attempting to lead a class action against Carnival.
Let's get to the CME Group. Rick Santelli in Chicago.